Hey guys, and welcome back. This is part number 3 of the tutorial where I show you how to do a platformer controller. And in this part I will start by showing you a bug. And this is where we left off. We had a player standing on the ground and able to do double jump. Now if we create another platform, make another ground here, and let's make another one of these also to make a wall, and we can rotate it wrong axis wrong axis again, like this, and put it over there. And this one we should give a rigid body 2D, make it static again, and the collider, box collider 2D. Now I will show you the bug. If you walk around with your player and you jump on the side of a platform or wall, you will get stuck in the air like this, and until you let go of the directional button, in this case left, then you will start falling. Same with the wall. And there are multiple ways of solving this issue or bug. One is to always check if you're hitting something, and if you are, then you shouldn't be able to move that way anymore. And this solution is quite bothersome and has a few issues in itself. Another issue that is popular on the net is to assign a physics material with zero friction to these. So we can try it and you will see what happens. Create a new physics material, and let's give it a friction of 0. The default friction is 0.4 for all materials if you don't assign it to them. Let's give it and drag it to the wall. Now we have 0 friction on this wall, and if you jump to it, we will slide down as we expected. This is a simple solution, it works, but it's limiting. Which means that if you want platform with a different behavior, like very high friction or something, then you will get stuck in it again. So you won't be able to have stuff like that. So this won't be the solution we are going for. Instead, there's actually one super good solution, and it is by using platform effectors. That is this one, platform effect. Everything on the sides of the platform effector get a 0 friction on the side unless you check this, and we won't be doing it. To use an effector, you need to check the use by effector checkbox on the collider. We'll do that. You can see this. Now this means that left direction is upwards, but we want up to actually be up, so let's rotate it minus 90 degrees. Now it's pointing upwards. That means left and right side should be getting 0 friction, but the top will be acting as normal. Let's try it out. Yes, this works, and we can still assign a different physics material to it if we want some other behavior when we're standing on the platform. Let's do the same with this platform. Add component, platform effector. We uncheck use one way. If you're using one way, that means we can jump through it, but we can still land on it, and we will come to that later on with a second platform that we will make. But for now we uncheck this one and use by effector, and then we will use like that, and this will be upwards. If we You can see it by the dotted line. When it's horizontal, that means it's upwards, like on 0. So the sides now should have 0 friction here as well. Yes, perfect. Just as we expected it. So now let's make a second platform. We can use the other colored platform and put it here. It's a different color and smaller, just to make them different. Let's give it the layer ground so that we can determine if we're grounded when we're standing on it. And then we give it a rigid body again, set it static, and a collider, this one, and an effector. Oh, wrong effector. Remove it, add effector, platform effector. Use by effector, and this time we should not uncheck this one. And we will try and see what happens. Okay. We should now be able to jump through it and land on it. Okay, I think we need to up the jump speed. And set it to 9. Okay. Yeah, you saw we jumped and we landed on it. But what happens if you come in from the sides? You see, we get stuck and we're colliding with it from the sides, depending on the height and angle we're coming from. But the big thing is that we're colliding with it. And if you have played Mario or any other game where you have this kind of platforms that you can jump through and land on, you will notice that in none of them will you collide from the side with the platform. So to avoid it, you just need to pull this down to something below 180. 179 is good enough. I usually go with 90. Now it will only affect your player if you're coming from falling on it from up, like this. So, and now we won't collide with it from the side. We just go through it, just like expected. Okay, so now we have solved the bug and learned how to use the effector. Now we will make it so that we can fall through this platform, but not be able to fall through this platform. Just like Terraria. In Terraria, you can fall through some of the platform, but not all of them. And to do that, we need to prepare a bit. We will start by giving this platform a different layer. Let's add another layer. We can call it fallable ground. Assign it to the fallable ground, but it's still a ground. So we need to add it to the play controller script layer mask to say that this is also ground and we should be grounded, should be true when we're standing on it. Now you can see that both of them are checked. Okay, we can try it out just to make sure. We jump and we make sure we have no jumps left. We land and we can jump. And do the same on this platform. Oh, we can't jump on this platform. See why? We have forgotten to assign this to the layer ground. Now if we try again, jump up, we can jump, no jumps left, but we can still jump when we landed on it. Great. Now we can start implementing the fall through. We need to add a second collider on our player, and this time we will add it to the ground object. So here, let's add a box collider. We will take away this icon just for a moment, see the collider better. Let's shrink it to a smaller size, not too small but not big either. This is good. And we move it to be on the bottom. Make it a bit smaller. Good. And move it. Okay, now we can set the icon back. Now we need a reference in our code to this collider as well. Let's go and get it and put it here. Private box collider BC, and BC is equal to box collider 2D. Okay. And now comes the tricky part. So now we need to assign this ground to another layer than the player. So first we assign the player to a layer named, can add another one, player. Now we can add a second one and call it feet. So the player parent object will be assigned to player, and the ground will be changed to feet. So the player to player layer and the ground to the feet layer. Okay, what we want to be happening is that everything on this platform that we can't fall through should be colliding with everything. You can change it here. You can change what will the collider, box collider, notice that it's colliding with. So for this platform, it should be everything. But for this platform, it should actually be everything except for the player. So we will collide with the feet, but we won't be colliding with the player, so the body. Uncheck this one. You can see it? It's mixed. Okay, everything should still work just like before. I can jump and stand on them. Great. And we can not jump to this one, but we can jump to this one and land on it. Great. All right, I think we have prepared enough, and now we can jump back to scripting. First, we need to assign a button when we want to false an object, and we can set it to the vertical axis. Let's create a boolean. Private bool to fall this time instead of jump equals to false. And if we are pressing down, we will set do fall to true. So do fall equals to input dot get axis, this time horizontal, no, vertical. And if this is less than 0, we're pressing down, then it's true. So if it's less than 0, this will be set to true, otherwise it's set to false. And now we want to determine if we can actually fall to something. So what are the conditions? If, to begin with, do fall, we can prepare to fall. So okay, do it like the jump, prepare, fall. So in the here we can have a new method then, prepare, fall. So here we will check, are we grounded? We need to stand on the ground to be able to fall through the ground. Of course, it is grounded. And it's not enough with being grounded. We need to determine what kind of ground we're standing on. And this is why we are not setting isGrounded to a boolean, but instead a collider. So isGrounded game object, and then we can check its layer. Remember, we set the fallable platforms layer to fallable ground. We check if this layer is equal to layer mask dot name to layer, and then we can give it fallable ground. Make sure you spell this one right. Oh, and if it's true, then we will activate fallable. We need to make this method now. Private void activate fallable. And what should this be doing then? it should, when we're pressing downwards, we should disable our collider or set it to isTrigger. And after we have fallen through the object, we will set it back to non-trigger. So we can do this by grabbing our box collider. Remember, the feed collider is a box collider, and set isTrigger equals to 2. And then we can set doFall equals to false, like this. And how do we detect when we are through the object? We can do that by using onTrigger exit. So let's do private void onTrigger exit 2D. So we only have one collider that is a trigger, so we don't need to determine which collider it is. This is trigger collider, and it's only a trigger when we are falling through an object. So when this is called, we have exited the object that we're falling through. So what we're doing is we set it back to false, like this. And we also need to set doFall equals to false again. This is a bit, not much, but a little repetitive. So what we can do instead is we remove this and we set activate followable again. And this time we send in a variable, a boolean, false. So we can make it so that this method takes a boolean activate, and we set this to be equal of the variable that we're sending in. doFall will be always be set to false. We don't need to change that. And here, instead of false, we can send in 2. Now we have reused it. It wasn't much, but maybe it's growing later on, and then we can use it more efficiently. All right, let's see if this worked. Let's move back into Unity. Press play. Jump. Let's press down on this platform. Nothing happens. Nothing should happen because we shouldn't be able to fall through this. Let's move on to this platform. Press down. Nothing happens. We have an error here. There is no box collider. Oh, we forgot something. Oh, we didn't forget. We did this the wrong way. This shouldn't be get component because we don't have a box collider on our object, but instead get component in children. Because as you remember, box collider was attached to the ground, which is a child to the player object. Now, if we try again, let's test it on this first. No falling through. Perfect. Jump over here. We can fall. We are falling. Perfect. Let's make it a bit more. Let's make the test a bit harder. Let's do it hard to grab so that we have few platforms above each other, like this, and see if what happens if we're falling through but still standing inside. So we can fall and we can go, but we won't be falling through the one we shouldn't be able to fall through. Perfect. All right, great. This feels great. It works. It feels the same as Terraria. Can adjust the jumping and move speeds to make it feel better. But overall, all the features are working. We solved the bug with sticking to the sides. We won't collide with the side of the platforms that we can jump through. And there are platforms that we won't be able to jump. Oh, by the way, let's make a final test. We haven't tried slopes. Let's duplicate this one. Let's rotate it a bit and see what happens if we try to walk and jump on a slope. We can walk on it and we can jump from it. So, no issues there. Everything works as intended, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and may find this useful. See you again next time.